Hi, everybody. This is Ben Schwartz, and I'm here with my colleague, Eva Malinowski. Hi, Eva.
Hi, Ben.
And we're going to make this just a short video for practitioners who may be interested in our program, just to talk a little bit more about it and about the benefits that you can get from using this in your practice. Some of the really fun and wonderful and compelling things that you can offer your clients with the ATRT process. And we're starting September 10th, so it's coming up in about 17 days from when we are making this video. And we want to talk a little bit about some of our experiences so far with clients and some stories maybe of how the kind of results we've gotten. And I know you've got some really cool stories, Eva. Maybe you can share some.
Yeah, so one client that I worked with where ATRT really came in handy. We had done a lot of previous coaching work, and she was well on her way in her business, but there was a strange fear that was holding her back from taking the next step. And in the ATRT process, we identified that that was her grandfather's fear, not hers. It was her grandfather's failure, his issue, his fear altogether. So when we were able to help him release that and help him heal from that, it brought this tremendous relief, and the energy she was experiencing changed, and she was able to let go of her fear and go to the next level in her business plan and really step up her game and everything that was happening and reach her money goals within just a few months of what she wanted to be bringing in from her business, as well as taking the next steps that were necessary to really go on a much bigger scale with her business.
Awesome.
And another situation was with someone who had trouble with accepting wealth and feeling like it was okay to be wealthy and okay to have money. And he had to recognize that there was an ancestor who had been mistreated by somebody wealthy in his family lineage. And when that ancestor was helped and healed, it helped him be able to accept that it's okay to not just have money, but to use it, and that you're not evil because you're wealthy. So some belief systems about what it means to be someone who has money. And I know with myself, I was able to also do some release with finding compassion for an ancestor who had lost a family fortune. And that brought a lot of relief to my whole family's dynamic, because he had been vilified and blamed, but seeing him in this process he came as like a little boy. And when I saw him that way, it just brought all this love and compassion for him that helped to clarify, I think, some of that whole family dynamic.
Wow. Yeah. Very healing for the whole lineage.
How about you? Have you had any special experiences with clients?
Yeah. I'll tell one quick personal experience and maybe one client one. Personally for me, and part of what inspired me to even create this with you, was my own experience with a grandfather who died in the Holocaust, was murdered in the Holocaust, and was the first one taken from the family. And that left a profound effect on our family, profound trauma. But what happened was that just on a very deep emotional, intuitive level, I felt very identified with him as the father figure of the family. And all the same kind of fears that I imagined he would have had in being taken from his family and not being able to be there to provide for them and take care of them and communicate, I was feeling as a fear of business failure. It was manifesting in my business as worry and fear whenever I'd get a dip in my practice. It could be really debilitating. So when I connected with him and his emotional trauma and released that through the similar process to what we're doing, it really stabilized my practice, and really things began to flow, and a lot of that fear just went away very quickly. So it was a real turning point for me. Mm-hmm. And a client example quickly is I had someone who was in a lot of fear, very extreme anxiety, very trauma kind of presentation, and couldn't get a job, didn't have the courage to really go out and be around people, a lot of social phobia and fear of getting any work, and unemployed. And in this process, this client connected with a grandmother in Asia in World War II that someone they'd never met. And the grandma was in a state of trauma and shock with bombs falling and a bombing raid, and was asking my client to feed me. And it kind of gives me chills. It was really powerful. And so she did, literally, she fed her and gave her all this love and energy until she was filled up and satisfied. And then some short time after this session, what she felt was really profound. Short time after that, she actually was able to get work. She got several jobs and was out, it was a big shift.
That's amazing. What a
it
great
was.
story.
It was, yeah.
So, like Ben mentioned earlier, our ATRT Level 1 course is starting September 10th. And we have the links below for you and for you to sign up for our newsletter to stay in touch with us. And so this is the foundation of the next 2 levels. And this one focuses on money blocks specifically, but it also goes over the foundation of the ATRT process itself, which can be used for many other issues besides money blocks.
Right.
You want to describe level 2 and 3 a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So once you've done the basic level that we're about to do, level 2 goes into a lot more depth and a lot more specific skills in understanding our process as a whole and how to do it, and actually having the experience of working with it, practicing it, and beginning to use it more with your clients if you're a practitioner. So, and that is a more practitioner level, 2 and 3, whereas level 1 is for anybody who has money blocks and they want to learn about how to clear that. This is more for practitioners in level 2 specifically. And then level 3 is the final level to become certified fully, and getting even more skills and demonstrating those skills, demonstrating your competence and using it with your clients. So it's a pretty involved process, but it's really fun and exciting work. And I've loved it. Everyone who's been exposed to it has really loved it, I think, and been fascinated by it. So very excited to offer it, and it'll be rolled out in stages over the next year or so is our plan. So yeah.
All right. Well, we hope to see you there, and we'll talk later. We'll see you in our next video.
See ya. Thanks, Eva.
Thanks, Ben.